Hi guys, There's here another Star Wars The Black Series 6-inch action figure review, and today we're taking a look at the past with quite an old release, and it is the Star Wars The Black Series Obi-Wan Kenobi figure, number 10 from the orange tab packaging, I guess you could say. I got this guy in a comic book shop for a pretty good price. It's been a figure I've wanted to get for a little while now, or actually it's been a figure I've been wanting to get since I actually started to seriously collect the Black Series, so for a few years, but I've never been able to find them for a decent price until now. I found them for a price I was willing to get them for, so I went for it. And yeah, so we'll take a quick look at the packaging first. And this is kind of a little nostalgic, just because now this packaging is like 4 years old now, I think. Maybe almost 5 years old, I think, which is pretty crazy. But yeah, so you got the old style packaging. I do like this packaging more than the new one, though this still isn't, I guess, fantastic. It is pretty beat up, so I apologize for that. But you got the nice medallion image of Obi-Wan from Revenge of the Sith, Obi-Wan Kenobi, figure inside the packaging. Not really anything on the top but that medallion, nothing really on the bottom. I think this is, packaging was just before Disney started putting their logo on the packaging. And you got a brief right up here, it says Obi-Wan is forced to battle his friend Anakin Skywalker in a devastating lightsaber duel after Anakin turns to the dark side. And you got an image there of him telling Anakin to not try it. So, yeah, that's pretty much it for the packaging. So I'm going to crack them open and we'll take a closer look at the figure. Alright, now I have Obi-Wan out of the packaging. And it's a nice figure. He's relatively plain at the end of the day. What details there are nice. It's not a perfect figure by any means. I definitely have issues with it, but it's pretty cool. And nice to finally have the younger Ewan McGregor Obi-Wan in the Black Series collection. So let's take a closer look at him. Now take a look at the head sculpt, which probably is one of the biggest issues with this figure. It's not fantastic. And sculpt-wise, it is actually probably pretty good, but it's in the paint of the face. The eyes look pretty weird, like he looks extremely stunned or something. The eyebrow paint's not great. The beard's painted alright. You got the orange with a nice wash throughout to bring the details of the hair out. What I don't like is they tried to add these little gray flashes on the side, but it just looks like someone smeared shit in his hair. Like, it's just, it's not very good. It's not the worst head sculpt I've ever seen, but it's not the best either. The rest of the figure's pretty good, though. I actually really like the Jedi Robe, aside from having a nice, or Jedi Tunic, rather. Instead of, it has a nice sculpt to simulate the fabric of his tunic, and it also has a sandy-ish wash to it as well. And that looks pretty cool. It's a little hard to tell on camera, but it is there. And you got the brown painted for like the undershirt, I guess. He's got his robe sleeves, which look good. You've got the hands here. The right hand's actually sculpted with a trigger finger, which I find kind of funny. He doesn't come with any sort of blaster or anything, but that's cool, I guess. I think this one actually has one too. Yeah, this one has a trigger finger as well. The belt looks nice. Got some nice sculpt and detail, and the paint apps are good. Got some pouches here and there. On the back, it looks pretty good. You got the plastic front things here, which are pliable, and you got this soft goods lower part of the tunic, which is made of a much more rougher material, sort of like the same material that the Boba Fett cape is made out of. It's a lot rougher, more sturdier, and not as soft, so that's cool. And you got the pants. There's nothing too much to talk about there. They're just tan pants, but they're sculpted nicely. And then you got the boots, which again, they're sculpted and they're painted pretty good. They got the light brown or reddish brown with a black sort of or gray wash over it to bring out the details. So that looks really good as well. Overall, for the most part, it's a good looking figure. It's just sort of plain, but it does the part. In terms of articulation, he's pretty good. He has a ball joint at the head and a hinge at the neck. Oh, I just popped his head off, but you get the idea. Like that. You get a ball hinge at the shoulder, which moves up a decent amount and can rotate. Ball hinges at the elbows, which go to just about 90 degrees. I kind of wish they'd go a little further, but it's not a huge deal, I suppose. Though it does make getting two-handed lightsaber poses challenging. I will say that. He has a ball hinge at the wrists. They move in and out and rotate. Ball joint at the torso, so you can crunch forward a bit, back a little bit pivot slightly and rotate. Ball hinges at the hips, they move out like that. They move out pretty far, so the leg articulation is good that way. Swivel cuts at the thighs, double hinges at the knees, and hinges at the ankles with rocker joints. So he's got some pretty good articulation. It's mainly in the arms, though, where I wish the articulation could have been better on this figure. But it could be worse. In terms of accessories, it only comes with a single accessory, which is his lightsaber here, which he holds pretty well. And it's easy to get in his hand, which is always good. And lightsaber is pretty good. I do kind of wish that the blade was a darker shade of blue. I find this blue that they chose is extremely pale, where it's almost white, like the Ahsoka lightsabers, which I don't love. I wish it was darker blue, but it's not too bad. You can remove the blade from the hilt, and the hilt has a peg, and there's a hole on his belt. You can plug it right on his belt there. And the details of the lightsaber hilt are pretty cool. You got a lot of black with some bronze, some gold paint apps, and the silver. Looks really nice. And I like how the lightsaber turned out a lot. It's pretty good. He doesn't want to stand up. There we go. Put the lightsaber back in his hand real quick. And we'll do some really quick comparisons with couple other figures that I could be bothered to get out. So first off, here is the newer released old Ben Kenobi or Obi-Wan Kenobi from A New Hope. So yeah, that's just how they look. I do like this one better. You can get some better two-handed poses, and the head sculpt's a bit better. Or not a bit, it's decent, quite a bit better than this one. But that looks pretty cool. I like that. And you can get what I mean about the shade of blue for the lightsaber. I wish we got this shade of blue for that lightsaber. And you could probably take this soft goods robe and put it on this figure if you wanted to. And then here is General Kenobi with his Commander Cody here. And that also looks really cool. They look really cool together, so I like that a lot. So overall, Obi-Wan here, he's a pretty good figure. I don't think he's an essential part of a Black Series collection. If you're not a huge prequel trilogy fan, then he's probably an easy pass. Not really worth tracking down. But if you're a prequel fan and you're an Obi-Wan Kenobi fan, then I think he's definitely one you're going to want to pick up if you don't already have it. I just would not pay overly big prices for this figure. He's definitely not worth big prices. You know, he should have came with more accessories, especially a Jedi Robe. He really should have came with that, and they didn't. I think if you can get him for retail or lower, then you're doing pretty good, and he's worth it. Going much over retail, it's just hard to justify the purchase. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Let me know what you think of this guy in the comments below, and I will see you all in the next video. May the Force be with you.